The P0062 code indicates a fault in the heater control circuit of the heated oxygen sensor, known as HO2S, on Bank 2 Sensor 3. This sensor is typically located downstream after the catalytic converter on the side of the engine opposite cylinder number 1. The heater is crucial for quickly warming the sensor to operating temperature, ensuring accurate readings for fuel efficiency and emissions control. The oxygen sensor heater ensures the sensor reaches its optimal operating temperature quickly, usually within 10 to 30 seconds, even in cold conditions. This rapid warm-up allows accurate oxygen level measurements in the exhaust. Without a functioning heater, the sensor takes much longer to warm up, resulting in inaccurate readings. This inaccuracy affects the engine control module's ability to properly adjust the air-fuel mixture. The consequences include poor fuel economy, with up to a 20% drop, increased vehicle emissions, and potential damage to the catalytic converter. Accurate sensor readings are critical for optimal engine performance and environmental compliance. Several factors can trigger the P0062 code. Common causes include a faulty oxygen sensor itself, often due to contamination or age. Damaged wiring or connectors can also cause this code, typically from heat, rodents, or corrosion. A defective ECM relay is another common culprit. Less frequently, a failure within the ECM itself can trigger P0062. Issues with the grounding of the heater circuit can also lead to this code. Begin by using a scan tool to confirm the P0062 code. This initial step ensures you're addressing the correct issue. Next, visually inspect the wiring and connectors associated with the Bank 2 Sensor 3 oxygen sensor for any signs of damage, such as corrosion or wear. Use a multimeter to check the heater circuit's resistance, which should typically be between 5 and 20 ohms. Also, verify that the sensor connector is receiving the correct voltage, around 12 volts. Finally, an oscilloscope can be used for waveform analysis to check the signal integrity. To test the oxygen sensor heater circuit, start with the ignition on and check for battery voltage at the heater circuit connector. This verifies that power is reaching the sensor. If voltage is present, proceed to test the ground circuit to ensure proper grounding for the heater. If no voltage is detected, check the ECM relay and related fuses for faults that could interrupt power supply. Use a multimeter to measure the resistance of the heater element within the sensor itself. Normal resistance ranges from 5 to 20 ohms. An open circuit or resistance outside the normal range indicates a faulty sensor that requires replacement. When fixing wiring and connector issues for the P0062 code, start by carefully inspecting the wiring harness for any signs of damage. Look for frayed wires, corrosion, or loose connections that could interrupt the heater circuit. If you find damaged wiring, repair it by splicing or replace the entire harness section to restore proper electrical continuity. For corroded connectors, clean them thoroughly with electrical contact cleaner to remove any buildup that could cause resistance in the circuit. After cleaning, apply dielectric grease to the connectors to protect against future corrosion and ensure reliable connections over time. Finally, double-check that all connections are secure and properly seated to prevent any loose contacts that could trigger the code again. If diagnostics confirm the oxygen sensor is faulty, you'll need to replace it with a new one. First, ensure the replacement sensor matches your vehicle's exact specifications for proper fit and function. To replace the sensor, start by locating it using your vehicle's service manual. The diagram shows typical positions for different engine types. Before beginning work, always disconnect the negative battery cable to prevent electrical issues. Use proper tools and wear safety gear. When installing the new sensor, apply a small amount of anti-seize compound to the threads. This helps prevent the sensor from seizing in the exhaust manifold over time. After installation, reconnect the battery cable securely. Finally, use an OBD2 scan tool to clear any stored trouble codes and reset the system. After making repairs, clear the P0062 code using a scan tool and perform a test drive to ensure the code does not return. Regularly inspect your vehicle's wiring and connectors, especially in areas prone to corrosion. Consider using a diagnostic scanner periodically to check for potential issues before they escalate. Keeping your vehicle properly maintained can help prevent the P0062 code from recurring. This completes our guide to diagnosing and repairing the P0062 code.